I want to welcome everyone to another episode of Behind the Shades. It's your host, Erin, and we have another fantastic episode for you guys today. It's you, it's our guest, and it's me, Mr. Behind the Shades himself. But before you see today's video, remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. So let's get into today's episode.
And I'll tell you, you sort of talked about it before. So at a young age, between 0 and actually they're sort of up in air about this, 5 or 8, you created basically the landscape for how you were going to live your life, how you were going to make decisions, what was right or wrong, what you needed to show up, how you needed people to be, how you needed circumstances to be. Like that all was established a long time ago. And because we don't have these conversations and people don't understand how the mind works and how it's created this for so long, it goes unchallenged. And so we don't recognize as individuals that we actually are individual. Because I had these experiences based on what actually happened, based on what I decided happened. And then from that, I created the filters or the lens in which I see this world. And my lens and filter is different than yours because you had different experiences. And although we act like we all are the same, we're not. And then we don't talk about this. So what happens is we go around projecting all of our things on everybody else and wanting them to show up how we need them to be, right? So I give you a gift, you don't say thank you, I'm upset, right? That's a right or wrong belief, right? It's those little things, but like on bigger scales too, like bigger things, like, you know, sometimes it's wrapped up in religion, sometimes it's in politics. All those rights and wrongs that we decided as, you know, I believe in, you know, whatever, Democrats, or I believe in, you know, eating candy for breakfast, whatever the thing is, right? Like those things determine our whole life. And we just don't talk about these things and people don't know. And so, you know, that's why I was so kind of unconscious for so long, because I was just like, oh, I did all the things. I made a business and it made a bunch of money and I'm still miserable. How come?
Yeah, and that's what we're taught at such a young age, where it's you open up a Google and you type in happy couple, and these people look like superheroes, right? Perfect teeth, you know, perfect complexion. They have the income, they have the family, they have the dog, they have the white picket fence, and 2.5 kids. But like, if you, for all those listening, if you take a step back and say, okay, you know what, this is what I'm told, because I was told the same thing, you're told the same thing. I think the messaging is consistent. Doesn't matter the color of your skin, your background, your culture, whatever. It's just, you know what, make as much money as possible. You're going to be happy. It's almost like a guarantee. But you made a good point where you were very successful. You had the 5 houses, you had the marriage at the time, you had all these things. And this is the question I always tell people, or I would ask them. If you believe making, let's say, 6 figures is going to make you happy, no one asks themselves this question: what if I get to 6 figures? Right? Like, what if I make the amount of money that I believe is going to make me happy? What if I get to that point and I'm not happy?